Welcome to LegacyCast, your source for hearing from top influencers, industry experts, and successful business owners who are telling their unique story about life, values, goals, business strategies, and the various causes they are so passionate about. Future generations will come to be impacted by what is happening today, whether positive or negative, and our mission is to focus on what is going to affect change for the better. Hosted each weekday by James Snow, a former U.S. Army combat medic, now founder and principal advisor of James Advisors Group, a full-service financial planning firm in North Texas. This is LegacyCast. Good morning, LegacyCast listeners. This is your host, James Snow, coming to you from North Texas, and I've got a fellow veteran here with me this morning, which is going to be a really interesting episode because we get to talk about a lot of different things. And those of you that know me on a personal level, that things that are benefiting to veterans are really something that I'm passionate about. It's something that there's just not enough veteran service organizations, in my opinion, and so Enrique is the person that's doing that. My guest this morning, he's got a lot of different irons in the fire, and so I hope that we get a chance to cover as many of those as possible and do some due diligence to those. But before getting too into the weeds there, Enrique Marin, welcome to the program, bud.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Well, it's a pleasure and an honor to have you on here. Like I was mentioning, you're a Marine Corps veteran, so I give you a hearty hoorah there. I'm Army, but I am bilingual, so I know how to say an hoorah with a little bit of bravado there.
Yeah.
So how many years did you have in the Corps, man?
So I spent 18 years in the Marine Corps. I got out probably 4 years ago. Just like everyone else, I was a little lost. Didn't know what I wanted to do. I was a police officer. Then I went to go become a Border Patrol agent. Then the last one that kind of drew the final straw for me before I started dabbling into entrepreneurship and especially digital marketing was I went to go work for Social Security Administration as a claims investigator. And I did not see my life in a cubicle for the rest of my days. And everybody thought I was insane for leaving it. And it just wasn't for me. I didn't know I just didn't know what I wanted, what I didn't want to do.
Sure.
But I knew that's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah, and I did a little bit of, quote unquote cubicle work, after I got out of the Army. And I did that for like 10 years, but it was the 10 of the most miserable years of my life because, that's just not me. And, so I can relate with you. It's one of those things that, you might have to do it to take care of business. But, when it really boils down to it, we kind of discover in that, who we are and what we need to be doing. And it looks like you got, a lot of things going on. I mean, you mentioned the digital marketing. You have a course, is that right? To where you're helping transitioning military to where they can, get a digital marketing credentials that you're going to be releasing here pretty soon.
Yeah. So just a little bit about that. I've probably spent the past 5-6 years in marketing. I had some amazing mentors. They taught me, they taught me so much about email marketing. That's when I got out of corporate America. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I started in email marketing, dabbled into social media, copywriting, creating content. And, I went to this training. It's called Traffic Convergence Summit. It's always, it's held in San Diego. The digital marketer, the guy that runs it is Ryan Dice. Very, very prominent in the digital marketing world. Well, I had a conversation with him and I asked him, hey, listen, these courses, they had amazing courses for digital and digital marketing. They've got a lot of certifications. And I asked him just straight up, would you ever consider turning these into GI Bill approved courses? Because, veterans and business owners would love to have this. And basically, long story short, I got the answer no. So I just said, this is needed. So I decided to create it. And I basically took me and my team a whole year. So my company is called Army Patriots. And what we decided to do was, let's see if we can create a GI Bill approved course, create it, and get it approved. Well, we got it approved in July. The problem is that we didn't have what they call a tab, like an education tab, so we couldn't teach it. So now November 7th, I go up to the board, and the final phase is just letting them know why the veteran community needs a digital marketer specialist course, and that's it. So the course has been approved. I'm just talking to them about the benefits of having something like this and why it's needed in the marketplace, especially when the only thing that's offered is a 2-year or 4-year colleges. And by that time, the marketing has changed so much because marketing changes it's like technology. It changes constantly. So we decided to create our own, and we started promoting it and launching it in January.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, that's definitely the military mentality is, if something else is not really suiting the problem, then just go ahead and create it. Don't wait for somebody else to do it. Let's just barrel through and take care of it. I love it, man.
Yeah, we just it was crucial. I don't care if you're, even if you don't have a business, it's about personal branding. It's about growing yourself. Whether you want a promotion, whatever it is, right? It's marketing can always help you, and that's one of the problems that I wanted to help solve. But there's so many of us that want to go into entrepreneurship. But then right now, the problem is there's so much information out there that you don't know what to trust. Right. The thing too is a lot is very expensive. So I just figured out we could use our education benefits, right? We already have them. And we also offer laptop. We offer, there's so much stuff that comes with the course. It's not just, take our course. No, it's not. It's money that you've earned, a right to use education benefits. And that's really why it was created. So.
I'm here in Texas, excuse me. And here in Texas, we also have the Hazelwood Act. Is this going to be something that Texas people are going to be able to take advantage of that in addition to their GI Bill?
I think that's a very good question. And the way the GI Bill works is so I've created other courses, other GI Bill approved courses, but nothing like the digital marketer. This was more for counterterrorism. So if you wanted to be a professional bodyguard, you could use a GI Bill for that stuff. If you want to be a counterterrorism instructor, you could use a GI Bill for that stuff. We actually have a school based out of Las Vegas. And so that's where I got the idea. I was like, well, we want to open it up in Vegas and California, especially Texas. So I'm from Texas. I was down south, Rio Grande Valley, way down south. So Texas is like, that's my place. That's my first love. And so, we want to use it. But as far as the Hazelwood Act and all that stuff, it's going to take a little bit of time for us to get established in Texas. So yes, we are looking at having a facility opened up in Texas. As a matter of fact, we're talking to a couple of people, not to name drop, or it doesn't really matter, but I've been talking to guys like Omari Broussard from the Veteranpreneur Tribe and Andrew O'Brien. We've been talking in terms of trying to come up with something to establish the GI Bill approved course out in Texas.
Yeah, another, just kind of throw a name out there for you. Is another could be Bunker Labs. There's Sabrina that's with Bunker Labs there in Austin, and they're going to be moving another Bunker Labs thing, a cohort up here in Dallas. They haven't done that yet, but they're going to be doing a cohort as soon as possible up here. So Bunker could be a good good resource too. And then
I'm sorry, it's interesting you bring up Bunker because I was looking for them in San Diego, and I know they're trying to start something out here. There's a couple of people that are trying to start something out here. So I'm very eager to see what I could do with them. But like I said, we just decided that it was lacking. We need to create it. And we have so many business owners out there that could definitely benefit from this. And so we're going to push forward with it. Look, we didn't have the support in the beginning. And I said, okay, I'll do it on my own. And now that I have it done and we're going to create more, it's amazing. There's a lot of companies that do want to work with us. And I'm very, very eager I just want to get it out there. I think it's so important. I don't give a crap about the money. I don't care about any of that. It's important that we get it out there as soon as possible.
Yeah, and as the title of our program implies, Legacy Cast, this is really a big part of what your legacy is, Enrique. It's your legacy of being able to help veterans, gather service, take their benefits that they've earned, turn around and be able to apply to these courses and do something, just be able to jump on it right now and not drag out, like you say, 2, 3, 4 years trying to get, certifications and degrees that they're going to turn around and have to, renew and start getting updates because they're going to be out of date by the time they get their credentials. So it's helping them, really get to it because you have to be able to earn income. And if you're sitting in 4 years of college, well, that's 4 years you have to do something else instead of earning that income, and it's rough.
The trade, the skills and trade industry is making a huge comeback. Nowadays, even if you get a degree, you go on, move on. Nothing's guaranteed. It's never been guaranteed. The problem is they make it to where these higher educational institutions want you to believe that you need a degree to be successful. I can tell you, I have a degree in criminal justice, not once ever used it since I've been out of the military. I just, even in law enforcement, they never asked me for anything unless I was trying to advance. I mean, in my initial background, I submitted it, but I've never used it for anything else, really.
Yeah,
I don't get an education or degree. I'm not saying that at all. Please, by all means, use your education benefits, but there's other ways.
Sure. Yeah, and there's so many people, same story that they get the degree, whether it be bachelor's, master's, whatnot, and they're not even using it, and yet they're generating all that debt to get that degree, and then they're not using it. It seems like there's a better way, and I love that you're doing what you're doing because that is a better way. It's getting what you need to do what you need to do.
No, most definitely, and that actually brings us to some of the other programs that I got involved with. I became a co-owner, and I'm a president of a company called Salute to Suit, and we also help transitioning. So a little bit of background on that is we decided that we were only going to help transitioning military, active duty, veterans, law enforcement, educators, basically what we would consider first responders, what we would consider the American heroes. So if I leave anyone out, it's not by intent. It's just there's a select demographic that we said, okay, we're going to offer our services to them. And basically what we did was we lowered our price point so much to make it affordable for people transitioning out of the military who are job seekers to be able to afford a suit. So one of my experiences with that was obviously getting out, trying to get a job, but one of the most costly ones was going to like a Joseph A. Banks or Men's Warehouse where sure, I get the 10% discount for, my military service. But either way, I was walking out of there with a $500-$600 suit after all these supposedly, I guess discounts, but it was a tailoring, it was everything that was it was very costly. So what I did was I partnered up with a friend of mine that I was helping market his company. Then I took co-ownership of it. Mm-hmm. And we decided to create a transition ready collection, which is basically a tailored suit, a shirt, a tie, a pocket square, a belt, and socks to include shipping and handling for $249. And you get it in 7 days. So we're doing everything we can to lower the price point as much as we can to help transitioning people, to anybody that needs a suit, right? We're just, hey, even if you're a company that just supports veterans, we will open up this offer to you. But it's very, very, like I said, it's tailored for a specific demographic.
Sure.
So that's another thing that we're doing to try and help. And we do a lot of suit drives. We try to help a lot with things like that. So we give back to homeless veterans. Like, look, the way I see it is it's our community. We need to take care of each other. And this is what I'm trying to do. And anywhere where we can help, I'm all about it.
Sure. Yeah, I really like what I'm hearing here. I mean, you're doing a lot of stuff that does have a huge need. There's a huge need out there for the veteran community, and even especially the homeless veteran community is something like having a good suit of clothes could be the difference between where they're at now and being able to to break out of that cycle and get back into feeling productive and feeling like they have had that value that they really do have. So that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, and it's all we're trying to do is change the mindset through wardrobe, right. and really what it is making them believe in themselves. And I'm telling you, a tailored fit suit, you can go grab something off the rack, but I'm telling you, when you have something that is fit to your body type, that is designed for you, it truly changes you, and it puts you in a different level, and you can perform. And the last thing you're thinking about is, does my shirt fit? Do I look okay? Hey, all those words. Now you're focused on getting the job, rocking the interview, and getting out there. Even entrepreneurship, when you're in meetings, 100%. It's a mind shift. That's what we're trying to.
It is, because there's so much power in how you feel. It's like the saying goes. If you feel like $1 million, then you perform like $1 million. And you're sitting there across the table from somebody, and you're just as well dressed as that other guy. You're not thinking about how you look. You're not comparing yourself. At that point, you're equal to the CEO, and you feel like it, and you're going to perform like it. And that could be just the thing that's holding somebody back is a simple thing of what kind of clothes they have. So.
Yeah, it's a mental belief. It's a mental belief in believing in yourself, and that's really what we try to educate people on. And we're obviously, I'm very, very passionate about it, and I've been very fortunate to select the companies that I want to work with in the ventures that I do. But this was something so important to me because it's needed. It's truly, and I'll tell you what. If I can lower the price point anymore, that's my goal. I want to make it to where it's free, because I truly believe this is something that it's needed, that we wear suits, that there's a lot of people that, I don't need it. There's a lot of people that don't. Not everybody's meant to be an entrepreneur, right? So that's okay. So let's help our people get out there and get jobs.
Yeah, and as servicemen, we're so used to looking, sharp. We're squared away, we're dressed tight, and to come back to the civilian world, we still kind of have that, that desire deep down. Sometimes we may say, "Well, I don't need that," but it's usually because we can't afford that we're saying it. And it's not that we don't need it, because emotionally, and many times, we really do need it. And so it's huge things that you're doing, man.
Yeah, and thank you so much. Yeah, because and like I said, anything. I mean, we're trying to. So we're in Vegas right now. My goal is we're establishing ourselves in. I'm creating the franchise out here in San Diego. Eventually, my next move is Texas, and then from there head on to the East Coast. But we help people all over the world. I mean, we ship to Europe, we ship to Japan, we ship to everywhere. It doesn't matter. Wherever you're stationed, we ship there. So it's been a work in progress, just like everything else. We have our issues in terms of, sometimes the order gets messed up, but all we ask our people is, hey, give us a chance to correct it, and we will.
Sure. Yeah, that's just the integrity there. That's huge. So when you're thinking about legacy sort of as a subject, what's the first thing that comes into your mind when you think about that? I mean, obviously the different things that you're doing here are part of what you're doing with your legacy, but what does it define to you?
To me, it's just a lot of people talk about I don't know. I guess for me, I look at it as giving back. I think I've been very fortunate and blessed, and my legacy is. It's not so much what I'm doing. It's the fact that it's the act of giving back. It's the act of, if I'm in a better situation than somebody else, it's not for me to just be like, well, man, I'm glad I'm doing a lot better than they are. It's how can I go help? What can I do? Right. Even if it's just something as simple as just a handshake and be like, hey man, it's going to be cool. Like, just keep pounding, keep at it, right? Something is that simple, or if we could change a life, just through, man, like I said, just even if it's like a shirt and tie, just whatever I can do. That's really the legacy that I want to leave in terms of, I want people to remember me for at least acknowledging these things and giving back. And that's why I devote so much of my time to creating things that will eventually last a long time. Here I can get $5 here and there, but man, I want to create to leave, and hopefully it's not about somebody remembering me. It's about, I hope somebody that takes this over and just makes it 100 times better than I can, or it gets an idea or it inspires somebody else to create something or do something and just, man, go do, we're the veteran community is it's a funny demographic, there are people who truly want to help and give. And of course, you have, just like everywhere else, you have that 10% that isn't really about that. But I would like to believe that we've all in some way, shape, or form have given so much that, man, we need to help each other. There's no sense in bickering and fighting between us. But my legacy is to just give wherever we can.
That's true. And I do appreciate everything that you're saying about wanting to give, because deep down, when you think about legacy, is the blessings that we receive, we don't get them to keep them. We're given blessings so that we can pass it along. Everything that we give, I'm a person of faith, and so I put everything from that center. But we receive things as stewards. We receive them just to hold them for a little bit and then pass it to the next person. And the more that we receive, the more that we should give. And we receive the great blessings because we're able to bless more people. And so it's huge. It's huge because when we do it that way, we're going to have all that we need. And so we don't have to go at it with the mindset of I need more. The only reason we need more is so we can help more. And that's just the plain truth of it.
Yeah, and it wasn't that's not always the case. I've learned and struggled as an entrepreneur, but a lot of things have happened to me. One of the things that really did change for me was when I shifted my mindset about money. Mm-hmm. I used to have this belief about money in terms of, God, I just want to go make the money. I want to grind and I want to hustle and I want to do the work and make the money, right? But it was the thought process of always thinking that I needed to make the money that stopped me from making money. Sure. As soon as I changed the mindset of, what I'm going to do to create and give back, and as long as I take that approach, the money will always be there. Right. It was a scary thing when one of my mentors taught me that, but I believed in it. And I tell you right now, it's always worked out. For years now, it's always worked out where all my bills get paid. I have money left over, and I'm grateful for the abundance of opportunity that I get to make money. So, my goal isn't to be a millionaire. My goal is to live a comfortable life where I don't lack anything my family's taken care of and I can help. And that's been such a blessing in the money mindset that has really, and people think I'm crazy, but I believe in wealth frequency. I believe that if you truly believe that if you create and you do and you help, money will come. I mean, yes, work towards it, strategize, have a plan. But when money isn't the objective, I'm telling you, the universe just gives back. It's insane. It's truly insane. And I learned that from a gentleman called, his name is Jesse Elder. Such an enlightening person that just truly shifted my mindset about money. And ever since then, I've been blessed. I've been blessed with opportunity and making money. So therefore, I can do things like lower the cost of goods that normally would be $500 to, making it as easy as possible for our military brothers to. We're working on a female line now for business clothing, but right now it's the men that I can help. But we are working on it, as our sisters do need the help as well.
Sure. Yeah, that's some good stuff, man. I'm loving everything that you're talking about because it's like I was saying earlier, it's stuff that really is near and dear to me. That we have to give back. We all took the same oath. We understand each other, and our group definitely needs each other to have each other's six. So I love what you're doing, man.
No, definitely. Just one last thing that we're working on. Actually, I was just, even like I tell you about blessings. Just one last final thing. This past weekend, I was, so I have a partner. Her name is Becky Meyer, and she's phenomenal. She's not military, but she's a huge supporter. So, we're meeting people like so we have a product. It's called Combat Ready Insoles. It's actually an insole we developed to help. I wore boots for 18 years. I still wear them when I go hunting and I do stuff. And man, feet, our feet are so important. It's just, people believe that they have to live in pain. Well, that's not the case. We have an insole. It's Combat Ready Insoles, and we give back. So every purchase, we give $2 back to any veteran organization. So we push it out there. Well, we've been blessed with. Literally, we have meetings with a medical doctor that works at the White House that wants to help us get the word out. We're working with people like the CEO of Make-A-Wish Foundation that they really see the value in what we're doing. And these are just things that I never expected. I've never met them, but all of a sudden they're reaching out and like, we love what you guys are doing. Let's work together. And that's what I'm talking about is I don't expect anything like this. And it's just, but you put yourself out there, you believe in yourself, you create and you give back. And I promise you, it'll come back. It'll come back to you.
Yeah. And there's so much value in what you're saying, Enrique, as far as, the mindset and, the heart issue really is, doing things in the right way. You have to do it in the right mind. You do it in the right heart space, that you're putting those things out there to help other people. And, just like you were talking about, that abundancy, when you're doing things through an abundance mindset versus a scarcity mindset, everything changes. Your whole world can change, and the power of what you can do for other people changes. And so, I love for our brothers and sisters hearing that, and the fact that you're so passionate about it, and in fact you're living it and you're proving it. And so, people could take notice of what you're doing, and look to you as a mentor in that, because you've proven it. You're proving that kind of a mindset changes everything.
Yeah, it's so important. I was one of those guys that I was making the money and thought I had to have the big house, the fancy cars, and I just, man, I don't know how I got lost in that, but I did. I got lost in it, and I recognized it, and I just, I got rid of all the crap in my life, and even the toxic people and just everything, and I just. It was like a cleanse, and I just hit the reset button, in terms of entrepreneurship and business and the people that I dealt with, and wow, everything changed. Everything changes. So it's crucial that not just in business but in life, if you just focus on getting rid of all the toxic stuff in your life and really focus on you, you'd be surprised how much more you can not only handle but give back and receive, and it's amazing. People ask me, I used to wake up at 5:30 when I was in the military. Now I wake up at 4 a.m. But it's because I choose to study. I choose to improve myself so that I can serve other people. And I think that's so important. And that alone, just shifting your mindset from waking up at 8, 9, to 4 a.m., 5 a.m., focusing on you, giving yourself some you time.
Right.
Man, it's amazing. Just that little bit, will change your life.
I had a mentor some years ago that they gave me probably one of the most valuable pieces of knowledge when it came to money and finance and the value of money, is because he would tell people, money won't buy happiness. Money really, all that money does for you is make you miserable in a nicer neighborhood. And just thinking of it that way is it's great to have it, but you're just going to be miserable in a nice neighborhood. So you have to find your happiness and your joy somewhere else. It's a tool, and so once you take the power from it, then everything changes.
Oh yeah. Money. I tell people, is like, I show them $1, I show them $100 bill or something. I'm like, can you believe that this controls so many lives? This piece of paper controls so many lives, and it's sad. It's sad. And I've been there, but see, that's the beauty of it, is I've been there. I've been there where I don't know how I'm going to pay the light bill. It's a struggle. I've lost a business. I've gone into just some really dark places, and you come out of it. You come out of that. From there, I ended up writing a book about it. It wasn't about me it was just about what I did to shift, to turn things around. And the thing is I never promote my book, and I'm not going to do it here either. But what I wanted to do was, it's just something that I thought I did for me, and now it helps so many other people, because it was just a story of how to shift everything. And I don't know. I just wish that more people would step out of that environment of the materialistic crap and understand that, man, it's all about your mindset. And if you truly believe in yourself and knowing that you believe, I used to tell people all the time, here's how I love myself. Every morning I would wake up, I brush my teeth, I look at myself in the mirror, and I'd say, I love you 50 times. Mm-hmm. And that type of stuff was the kind of stuff that shifted me, because how can I expect others to love me if I didn't love myself?
Right.
You got to accept who you are in order to move forward. Right. Mm-hmm. If not, we're always going to be living in the past, and you just got to let go of all that stuff. So I didn't mean to get all philosophical, but it's important to me that people understand how important it is that you take care of you. If you want to help others, you have to take care of you. If you want to provide and do things and have, you must take care of you. You have to love you. You have to accept who you are. You have to find your superpowers, I call them, and hone in on them and make them better so that you can help the world, because we were all here for a certain reason, and that's to give. That's to grow, And I truly believe that.
Yeah, I agree. And that really is the purpose of this podcast, is for people just to understand, you refer to it as, the philosophical, or, sometimes it's even a theological, mindset, that, people just need to understand those things, because, the 9-to-5 job or entrepreneurship or what have you, whichever road people are on, they still have to have that mindset shift. And that's going to be the difference between abundance and scarcity. And so it's huge. And having that change of thought is going to be what enables someone to have a legacy, because you can't have the legacy without having the abundance mindset. And if all you're doing is just thinking about, okay, I just need to do one more deal, or if I just have a little bit more money or something, it's always that, just a little more of this, and instead of just focusing on, I've got everything I need, whether we're kind of short that month, we have everything we need. We have our family, we have our health, we've got, for those that are married or have children, they have their family, they have their worth, and, part of their legacy is right there in front of them. And so just, changing the thinking, or sometimes I'll call it the stinking thinking, because, it's just, the difference of how we look at stuff, and it makes so much of a difference. And
I really,
with our veteran community, we all signed up to be part of something bigger than ourselves. That's one of the things that makes us very common with each other, is that when we enlisted, we did it to be part of something bigger, and that in of itself is a legacy, and that's the definition of legacy, is something bigger than we are. And you're building something that you want to pass to the next person to take it over and make it even bigger, that they can pass it to the next person and make that even bigger than it was. I mean, that's the definition of multi-generational legacy, is, you want it to be around for 200 years and to be bigger then than it is now. And so that's really what it's all about.
And to anybody that, I didn't have an entrepreneur mindset. I didn't know that I wanted to do that. I didn't know that I didn't know anything that I'm doing now. Had zero clue. I just went out and did. So if you're somebody on the fence about, I don't know, what are people going to think? What are people going to say? It doesn't matter. Look, at the end, in the end, we are all here. We all have an expiration date, and we take the use of our time the best way possible. And people don't understand it, is they truly believe that they're going to live forever. And that's not the case. We're getting older, and all I wanted to do was just create and do things and take a chance. You know what? But the most important part is I took a chance on me, right? And that people are so afraid of that. Mm-hmm. You have to just go do. So if you're on the fence about creating something, doing something, experiencing something, traveling, do it. Don't wait until what society tells you. Oh, hey, when you retire, do it now. Right? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. You have to start living for you now. Do things, whatever's important to you, live for that, but stand up for it and go make it happen. If you wait, it's never going to happen.
That's true. You were mentioning society saying, that's all part of what I have dubbed lovingly the big lie. And it's because, society tells us we have to do that 9-to-5 job. You have to put into this particular thing. You have to do this for 40 years. And then when you get to retirement, you're going to be just A-okay. Problem is, so many people, they hit retirement and within 5 years, they've already expired. So it's like you've waited your entire life to get to that point of your second childhood without supervision. And then, just as soon as you get there, then you check out. And, look at all those years wasted. So that's why I call it, part of the big lie is, there's so many other ways of doing it. And, living for your potential is a big part of that. And, if someone has an entrepreneurial mindset, doing the 9-to-5 job is probably the most agonizing thing they could ever do. do it until you can afford to step out. But as soon as you can step out, certainly, make your mark, and be at the edge of the cliff and jump, because there's probably a plateau just below you. So don't be scared about it.
Yeah, I call it the side gig effect. If you've got the 9 to 5 and you've always dreamt of it, go do the side gig. There's so much stuff that you can do that money to start with. I always ask people, when they ask me, it's like, well, how do you do it? First thing I ask them, well, what do you do on the weekends? What do you do literally from 5 p.m. until 7 a.m. on Monday morning? 5 p.m. on a Friday evening to Monday, 7 a.m. What is it that you do? First thing, well, I watch football and I watch this, and I'm like, well, that's exactly the problem, is your focus. Where are you focusing your time? What are you doing to get out of the 9 to 5 rut? If you're not doing anything about it, then you can't really complain about it. And if you do complain about it, you're just a complainer and you're not a doer. So shift the mindset, start changing your actions, start implementing, but do something. There's so many ways of doing it, and it amazes me how people they want, but they're not willing to implement and do. And it's, they have to figure it out eventually, either the hard way or they never figure it out at all.
Yeah, and so much of this, it's learned behavior from our parents, it's from our teachers, it's from people that we went to school with. We learn it from people that we worked for, our employers. We learn it from our coworkers, and a lot of people are listening to the wrong people, and they're buying into that big lie mentality that this is the way you're supposed to do it, and that's being told to them by people who don't have the success. So if you want to really know the secret to life, hang around with some people that already have what you want, and listen to what they're doing, because that's going to be the difference.
Oh, definitely. I always call it play your own game. There was a good mentor of mine that I learned from. His name is Matt Trainer. He coined the phrase "play your own game," and the guy it's like he took me and he unplugged me from the system, and he just woke me up, and it was the whole Matrix type situation. Red or the blue pill. You can choose to stay asleep, or you can wake up and look at reality and see what it is, and start questioning everything in reality, and start questioning what you're doing and really why you're here and what you want to do with the remaining time you have while you're unplugged from the system. It's such a beautiful thing when I train people or I educate them on this and show them how to unplug, and truly that shift, that mindset shift. And it's just, that's just one of the most amazing things when they're just waking up like a newborn. And it's just, it's beautiful to see. It's like everything, their vision, everything, the sense of smell, everything is different, because it belongs to them now. It truly belongs to them now. It's easy.
Yeah, and that's when they get hungry. Once they wake up, it's like, okay, now I'm hungry. Yeah, and they go out and they want that buffet. They don't want just the scraps from the table. They want the entire buffet, and they get hungry.
And that's when other training, like I said, like our digital marketer specialist course, that's why I created it. Now they need guidance. Now they need to go somewhere. Now they need to implement. Now they need to do. So I just happened to choose something like that to start off with, for the simple fact that for me it was a lot. It seemed a lot of veterans want to be business owners. A lot of people want to be business owners in general. So why not help them, guide them? I've been fortunate to learn from some of the best in the business, and people talk about, well, I can say that I work probably 40 hours a month, and I do what I want when I want, and I can travel, and I've created that life. It wasn't always like that, but I created it because that's what I was told that I could do. Mm-hmm. So I truly believe that people can do that as well, and I want to show them how, and I do show them how.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what the 5 inches between our ears is the space that tells us what we can't do. So we have to stop thinking about that. Stop listening to that space and start doing something different, because the only thing that's holding us back is us. Other people aren't holding you back. It's your own limitations.
It really is. It's amazing. And fear can be very paralyzing. And you've got to conquer your fears. You've got to just face them and say, man, I don't like to speak in public places. Go try it. Go do a live feed. Go live on Facebook. Create a video and put it out there. Mm-hmm. Pick something to talk about. It's amazing what happens. You're like, oh, that wasn't so bad. Exactly, it wasn't bad at all. So let's create some more.
Yep.
I love that.
It's that mind trash. So that mind trap, that's telling you, oh, I can't do that. Who says? Who says you can't do that? All of the greatest people, the most heroic people, people that have achieved the most in life, they were people that did not listen to, I can't. They're like, why not? They were put on this earth with the why not mentality. And that's what we have to get to.
Yeah, no, definitely. And one of the last things that I want to talk about, or just say real quick, is people, I used to believe in the hustle and grind, and I still do. A lot of people are like, oh, you don't need that lifestyle. It's like, what people don't understand about that mentality a lot of times is that it's meant to show you that things aren't just going to be given to you. You have to earn it. And the hustle and the grind is really about how bad you want it, how fast you want it, and what you're willing to do to get it, right? And so, for example, me, I sold everything. I moved in with my mentor. I wanted to learn everything there was about email marketing. I learned and learned and learned until now. I basically email over 1 million people daily, and I run newsletters. I create content. But I got there because I wanted that. I wanted to start learning, right? So now my mentor became a client, right? And so it's amazing how I went from that to now we're partners now. I dabble in other areas, but it's beautiful how that shift happened within a matter of 4 years. But that's what I mean is the hustle, the grind, the people, no, you have to have that mindset because you need to create, build for you. And then later on, you can even it out by saying, you know what, I've learned so much. I'm still learning that now I can go at this pace. And it's like people in the military trying to get promoted, right? You're doing all these things to get promoted, getting good, physical fitness tests, the scores, everything, right? And at some point you're like, well, okay, I've made gunny or I've made master sergeant or I've gotten the rank, or maybe you're getting ready to retire. You're like, oh, okay, well, I've hit my mark. I know where I want to be. This is where I want to end up. And you're happy with it. But it's you. You're the one that pushed. You're the one that hustled. You're the one that put it all out there. And you wanted it, right? And so that's what I tell people is, I believe in the hustle and grind that eventually evens out later on when you have that experience. You now know what it takes. And so now if somebody wants you to, they ask, hey, could you mentor me? It's like, well, understand this is what it takes. This is what it takes to make it, right? Nothing's given to you for free. Nobody's going to hand out success. You've got to earn it.
That's right. So how would you say that, besides the things you mentioned, how would you say that your personal values or belief systems have played into your business and to be able to reach the point where you're at today?
Well, you know what? I truly believe that you've got to have people's best interests, especially you've got to have their best interests at heart, especially with clients. For example, I do things a little differently in the sense that, and I don't know, this is just me, how I do business, but, to build trust and rapport with clients, I like to dive into their why. I like to dive into their, why do you have this business? What is it that you want from it? I want to learn them. And then that helps me learn their customer base, their clients. I want to understand what they want out of this whole thing. Because it's interesting. I've had clients where they're like, I don't really know why the hell I'm doing this. It's like, well, maybe you should think about that when you start spending money on advertising and doing all this stuff. And people are like, man, you're crazy. That could have been an easy, $3,000, $4,000. No, it's not easy because my goal is not to take people's money. My goal is to treat their money like it's my money and to help them understand how to improve their business, which in turn will improve their life. But really more dive deep into, man, are you doing what you love? Is it working for you? Is this truly where your passion is? I can tell. And so one of the things that I want to provide is value of I'm not here for the money. I'm here to really serve you and see how I can make your life better. And that's how I approach all my business deals, all my new, I meet new people. Like I said, I just want to help. And if that means that I need to help you from yourself, then so be it. Especially when it comes to marketing, especially when it comes to business, right. Because it's so important. I want them to succeed. I want those wins. I want to be able to say, man, you know what? That's a $20 million company and I helped grow that. That's what I want. That's beautiful to me,
Yeah, no, and nobody can take that from you. That's yours, and it belongs to you, and nobody can have it. And that really is the essence of building a legacy, is helping other people so that they can build their legacy, and nobody can take it.
Yeah, 100%. No, I agree. So it's interesting, legacy. You think of legacy, and you think, I want to leave this, I want to leave that. You impact more people with what you leave them internally and mentally. And they in turn can impact even more people because of the mindset and the mind shift that you've provided. It's just so much more meaningful than just showing somebody how to make money. They'll get there, but man, you got to shift their mindset. They got to think differently. So, yeah.
And I often tell people, legacy is really more about a way of living. It's a lifestyle. It's not just what you do, but it's how you live. Because it's also not just what you're leaving behind, but it's how you're living today, and you can live within your legacy. And that's the best part of it, is when you achieve what you're wanting to achieve and you're helping people, you're living within the legacy and you're taking part in it. It's not just something that, okay, I know my kids are going to have it, or I know that the people that buy my business are going to have it. You're being part of it, and you get to see it grow. And then when you leave it behind, it's like another mentor that I had. You leave nothing in the tank. At the end of it, it's like, I've done everything I possibly could do. I'm good. And you leave nothing in the tank.
Yeah, and I think for me, especially as a a man that dives into personal development and business development, it's very crucial. Even more important to know and understand that sometimes I can't help a person, or I can't help a business. I'm not the right guy, and I have to acknowledge that. So it's not about the money; it's about, can I truly serve them and help them? And if I can't, I need to let them know, and I need to see if I can figure out somebody that can, or I just tell them, be honest. I can't help you, right? And it's just being super honest about it, right? And sometimes people think like, man, you're insane. That's $5,000. Yeah, but at what cost? I'm going to get badmouthed. My name's going to get thrown out there because I couldn't deliver. I would rather just say, you know what? Here's the honest truth. And you know what? People, they're willing to still take a chance. Like, dude, I love how open and honest you are. That's just key right there. So let's give it a shot, right? Yeah. And more important to me that they understand what they're getting, up front. So
yeah, and that's integrity. We don't have to do every deal. It may not be the right person for us, but chances are we know someone that's going to be able to help them, and it is a good fit. And so we're still adding value to that relationship, and ultimately that person's going to come back to us and thank us for putting them with the correct person, and then they know people that are going to be correct for us. And so we're adding value, and they're going to bring that value back. So it's doing things with integrity.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's so important. It's so important. Money isn't everything. It is. Money isn't. It is something, but it's not everything. And yeah, I used to believe that if I make $1 million, man, I'll have this, I'll have that. Oh man, I've been so much more happier with how I live life and how I approach life and things when I don't have those type of goals. When like I said, at the end of the day, it's the basics. And yeah, sure, if I can close on a $5,000-$10,000 deal, I will. Mm-hmm. But as long as it's in the right, I guess, in my own context and in the way I serve with integrity, that's the way it's delivered, then I'll go ahead and hell yeah, I'll move forward with it. But it's not the money isn't as important as
yeah, and part of what you're mentioning, the $1 million. The thing a lot of people don't realize is that when you make $1 million, your lifestyle is actually going to change in pace with that $1 million. So you're going to still be the same person then as you are now. You may be spending on more expensive stuff, but it's not going to be enough. So you have to have that mindset, and you have to have that shift within, so that you get to a place to where it's not about the money, because having the $1 million just means you're driving nicer cars, you're living in a nicer house, and you're spending more money on clothes, and you might have a woman that's spending money on stuff 100 pair of shoes or something. And it's just a lifestyle thing. And so, so you have to really be comfortable with who you are and not really that part of it.
Yeah, it's so funny, I tell people all the time, my goal is I just want to make 10 grand every month. I used to live by this thing where I would forget what I have in the bank account and say, I play a game. I gamify the money making process. And I say, okay, today I need to make $25. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know what I need to do, but I need to make $25. I have to tell, I have to spend the 200, right? And now it's a fun game that I just go back and it's like, okay, $25 today. How are you going to do it? Mm-hmm. All the stuff, now with the social media, with everything, it's like, what are you going to do? Like, let's go hustle in the house. And I love that because it reminds me of how I started. And it's just, it's like that ground, it just grounds you, And so having the opportunity to make 10, 15 grand dollar deals, it just reminds me of like, dude, this isn't always going to be here. Don't get used to it. And if you do, make sure that you always know back on how to get it back and remember everything you want to do. So don't get complacent because everything lasts forever because it doesn't, So that's why I like to play those little games. I said, okay, $25. I don't know how you're going to do it, but you're going to do it. No technology, no anything. Go talk to people, go make something happen, and you just do. It forces you to make stuff. I got to put food on the table. This is what I've got. We've got nothing. Let's make it happen. And it's an awesome game for entrepreneurs only because it really drives you back home to your essential skills and how you can make them better, and that's what a lot of my clients do when they ask me for help, which by the way, they're not clients, they're not paying clients. I actually help people just because I want to help them. It wasn't until recently that I had a couple of clients give me money. They're like, this is awesome. I need to pay you. I'm like, you don't have to. No, I do need to. You shifted a lot of stuff for me. And I'm like, great. So what I do, I then in turn go buy suits and go do free suit giveaways.
Yeah. Turn around and give it back. Keep that momentum going. That's awesome.
And I let them know, listen, your money is going to go help to support some homeless veteran somewhere who really needs this. And everybody wins, Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, to kind of wind up our time here, I mentioned that I have a special question since you're Marine. If you were to be a new color of crayon, what would that color be, and how would you describe the flavor?
Oh man, you know what? It's funny. I thought I was going to get the crayon. The thing is that it doesn't really matter the color. All crayons taste the same.
Yeah.
So I don't know about the color. I'm colorblind, but I don't know. I've never eaten a crayon, but I think it's pretty hilarious how we do the whole crayon thing. I know there's a company out there that actually does this. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, Crayons Ready to Eat. Yeah,
Crayons Ready to Eat. I'm like, wow, somebody actually took it to the next level.
That's pretty funny.
That's funny. I saw them at Clever Talks here recently. But anyway, no, I don't know, man. I've never eaten a crayon in my life, but I don't know. I don't even know how to answer it.
Yeah, it's not so much about the answer. It's in everything on the lab.
Yeah. So. I don't know how Marine started eating crayons. I just think it's funny.
I think it came from a map class. You get a map and a crayon, and instead of using the crayon to find out where to go, you just eat the crayon and wing
it. Oh man.
Well, but I appreciate you coming in here and spend some time with us today, and giving the listeners tons of nuggets of value here. And
I really appreciate it. I really do appreciate it, and anything that I can do for anyone, like I said, I don't mind. Give them my info. They can get a hold of me. I don't know. I mean, they can go to my Facebook and just send me a message. Like I said, I get messages all the time, and I take the time to answer everybody or help people especially if you're a business owner. I've been doing it for years now, and I have several businesses now that I do it. So anybody needs anything, especially in the veteran community, all I need to do is reach out. I will make myself available. And I'm really, really grateful and thankful for the opportunity you've given me. I definitely wish you much success with this. I think it's pretty cool what you're doing. And anything else I can do, I'd be more than happy to see how.
Okay. Do you have like a website or something that you want to give out for one of the particular businesses that you want to direct people through?
So one of the things that we are growing, and I think it's crucial, is like I said, we're so to get amazing deals on suits for whoever needs transitioning out, or they just need it for job interviews or something like that, or you want to sign up to have a chance to win a free suit, because we give a free suit every month on our website. So it's www.salute to suit with the number 2. So salute number 2 and then suit.com. And you can just go sign up every month. We're giving away a free transition ready collection. And it's absolutely 100% free. And all we want is for people to find out more about us, because we probably help about over 1,000 transitioning military a month. And it's amazing, right? And we give them classes, we help them, and we just want to grow it. And the more we can grow, the better, the more money we can save people on all of this stuff. And so we just want to help spread the word, and the more that we sell, the more we can give away. So that's kind of the part of it too. So we do give back. I try to give back, as much as I can. So depending on what I make, I like to give 10% back, sometimes more, sometimes I just don't care, man. It's just because, like I said, I'm happy with where I'm at and what's in my bank account. And a man only needs so much, and I just believe that if I can help just one person, man, that, it's a beautiful thing. And I think we need more of that.
It is. Folks, that's Enrique Marin here. So, great guy, great businesses that he's involved in, great purposes. So, people, go to his website, pull him up on Facebook, reach out, take advantage of the knowledge and the offers that he puts out there, because, it's something that everybody needs, and, the services are out there. So, take advantage of it. If you're wanting to get into the education courses with the digital marketing, reach out to Enrique about that. Let him give you some information on how to get into it. That way you can take yourself to the next level, take your business to the next level, and start enjoying life and start living life and, live it full.
Definitely. Like I said, thank you so much. And please, anyone that's out there, if you need help, just feel free, reach out. Please you're not alone in this. We all struggle, but let's struggle together. And let's find the solutions, because they're out there.
That's right, my friend. Well, that's all of our time for today, but I wanted to, sign off with the way that I like to sign off with all of my good friends here, and I'll see you around the bend, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Bye.
You've been listening to Legacy Cast. Thank you for joining us today, and be sure to come back next time as we speak with more top influencers, industry experts, and business owners from around the world.